Yeah, there we go. That's fine. Is that all working? Looks like that's working. Oh, my chair's loud. Come here, headphones. I gotta plug in my headphones so that you don't hear the sound back through my speakers. Come here. They're all tangled up. There we go. Gotta plug the headphones in. The headphones have been plugged in. Wonderful. How are we doing? How are people doing? How am I doing? How are we doing? I have audio. Okay, good. That's good. Clarified. Now let's just bring that up a little bit so I'm a little less quiet. I don't want to be super quiet. I want to be able to be heard over the music. Let's see. That's very nice. Very ominous. I think that's a little too quiet. Let's see if I can bring that up just a little bit. Do I have any filters on my microphone? I thought I did, but let's double check. Gain, compressor, Pro Q, vocal lead, compressor. You're supposed to work to make sure that, no, that's too low now. Output gain. That still seems like it's too loud. Well, I'll work with it for now, and if it sucks, it sucks. That's okay. I'm not concerned. Not overly concerned, at least. Let's see. And I'll just throw the whoop, get that off a stream. That's my private messages. Nobody look at that. Then I'll just throw a little baby man announcement if they want. Doing a chill music stream if anyone's bored this fine Saturday. It's Saturday, right? There we go. Wonderful. Wonderful and great. Fantastic. Wonderful and great. Shut up. You're annoying. That's me. I'm annoying. Okay, let's get back to work. Where are we? We're here for Gaia Choir. We want to change this out. Are these like pitch shifted at all, or are they just low? Okay, well in that case, I want this to be better. Not better, I want it to be different. There's no sliding fading notes as far as I can tell, so I should be able to find something like holy sounding in Omnisphere. I have lots of church choir libraries, so let's see if we can find something both holy and magic, kind of. Human voices. Voice choir. Gospel choir. Oh. I'm playing on the wrong note. Okay, that's not even close to right. Gregorian. Not quite. Ooh. I think that just attacks too slow though. That's not even the right notes anymore. Okay, not that one. Maybe I don't need a human voice mix. Oh, delay-lelo. No. Oh, that's dumb sounding. Where would you use that in any song? I'm an alien. Random Dream Boys. I love Dream Boys. Aw, they're getting ready. I believe those are legato, so they can only play one at a time. Requiem. Okay, you know what? Now I'm lost. Because that's not right. Sfilt. Switch you back to... what's the one that I was using? FL Studio. Recreation stuff. Deltarune. No. Sound fonts used. It was the Illusion of Gaia, I believe. It's the big choir. Yeah. So it's not even pitch shifted. Like it's. Is it actually the key? Yeah, it is. Okay. I don't know why it's not. Perhaps they're all a little low. Well, here's what I should do. I should clone these. Copy. Bring them over. And then I'll just like, if I need to reference what the actual notes sound like, I can just alternate between them. But now you can be Omnisphere again. If I look up the word holy, what do we get? Holy of Holies pad. Ooh. That's very nice, actually. I'm gonna fall asleep. That's very dreamy. How does that compare to this one? Close idea. I need more like hit. More impact. Can I shift this to be... Too clicky. Evil, but cool. No. No. I don't even have that one. I think this is the way to go. I just need to find a way to like... Maybe I can just combine it with a second synth, because I like the way that sounds as a drone, but I need more of like, more initial hit. Yeah, I can do that. Well, let's duplicate. We're gonna do heavenly synth. I could call it like heavenly pad or something. Copy all these over. Then this I should be synth. Pluck. Ooh, that might actually be it. No, not too much. Ooh. Okay, a lot of these sound spacey. I want more like choirish, choral, catfish. No. Wait, a kalimba might actually be exactly what I want. Let's find kalimba. Ooh. Okay, if anyone's listening, you're not going to believe what this actually sounds like when I bring the other instruments back. Because right now it sounds evil. Well, it doesn't sound evil. It sounds very peaceful and happy and like sleepy. But it's like a really heavy, really crazy heavy rock song. Let's do kalimba synth. Then yeah, you can be locked off because I don't need you anymore. That should give me some nice fat warmth. Some fat warmth. We love our fat warmth. Oh, that's too loud. Filters. Compressor. Bring that down. Fat. Fat. There we go. Fat warmth. Fat warmth. Ah! Yes, 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 yes. I love compressors and I totally know how they work. Audio is hard. Well, let's see what we got. Get out of my way. I would like to actually, I know that it would kind of be different from the actual song, but I would love to have like some kind of drum lead in here. What do I have for kick drum? That's bad. Bring that down a little bit more. Where's the snare? Where's our snare? The snare. The snare. Nah, it sounds almost childish. It's not right. I just don't think these drums are strong enough. The snare rolling's not bad, actually. Where's that? Oh, the pitch shift. Yeah, this needs to come back a little bit. Flute. It needs to sound like it's falling in it, right? Evil. That's working enough. Not really a choir anymore, but that's okay. Tuba. Sounds a little silly, to be honest, in all of this, but that's okay. Tuba staccato. Let's just switch you out. Why not? Why not? Tuba staccato. I should have one in SRX Orchestra. Because, yeah, I don't want this to be super overloaded. Brass, brass, where is the brass? Brass, brass, where is the brass? I want brass. Here we go. Ooh. Trumpet plus. That can work. It didn't really change much. Brass horn, which is the same thing. TP ensemble. Toilet paper ensemble horn. Perfect. That's what I was going for. No, I don't like it. I wanted to have a little more, like, punch to it, because these still are fading in a little too quick. Sounds heavily when it stops. That sounds evil, but I mean, like, it has a really nice after note there. So let's make this nice. How do you sound? Let's make this swam. I think I should have enough. Yeah. What happens if I make this swam? What's the worst that could happen? Replace with swam trumpet C. I don't know what the difference is between trumpet and trumpet C. I assume it just means close. Hello! Hello there. You're the first person to ever say anything ever to me in my life. Welcome to stream. Are you a fan of Deltarune? I hope you are. If you clicked on this, because we're working on a cover of Guardian, and it's coming along nicely. but I'm still working out a couple of the instruments and then doing some other tweaks. How's your day going? I hope your day's going great. Mine's going well. I'm working on cool Deltarune songs. Maybe I need to get rid of growl. Can I make this, like, flow a little more? I like that. Hammer just found a channel in like one of your finishing streams, but didn't get a chance to watch the stream. Oh, perfect. Well, I'm glad you liked it. Thank you so much. Welcome back then. Sorry, I'm terrible with names, so if you've been here before, I'm sorry for treating you like you're brand new. But welcome anyways, regardless. Welcome back or welcome for the first time. I'm glad you liked it. I hope you like this one as well. Once I get the whole song going, hopefully you'll like it too. Let me just finish up tweaking this trumpet here, and I will be happy to show you what I've done so far. Because I'm liking this cover. Though I'm not sure if I will release Guardian right away, or if I want to do Third Sanctuary first. I have a weird thing about wanting to do it in order, sort of, but I really could just do it however I want. There's no rules. I can do anything. Okay, here we go. Start from the beginning. Evil. Evil song, but I like it. The beat drop is really good. Chanting chorus throughout instead of end. Perfect. You're probably right. I don't know off the top of my head. Instead of end. Yeah, there's parts of the choirs that are being kind of cut off just because of how quiet they are compared to the rest. Because I tend to mix loudly. Evil choir. But thank you. I'm glad you like it. Where is it? I love when it goes quiet here. Love you too, buddy! Listen to this! Listen to this! Oh! Evil. Oh yeah, I've been at this for a couple days now. I did not just start this an hour ago, don't worry. I've been at this for a little bit. I just decided to live stream a little bit. The drums took forever to get going properly because I had to, like, separate them the way they're sampled. Because I have the original, yeah, they're like... The Amen, a lot of it is like the Amen drum beat. Just, like, recycled in a couple ways. Because I was trying to copy it off of this one. In a way. Because that's what it actually sounds like. If the drums are isolated. In the beat drop, whatever the correct musical term is, the little pew sound for the switch. Yes. Like this synthy noise. Where is it? Where are you? See ya, buddy. Thanks for dropping by, Ryan. Have a good day. Have a good shift at work. I have it's a synth that modulates from note to note where it goes, instead of like playing flat, it slides to the other notes it's playing. So I have that playing subtly throughout all of these. Hang on, let me isolate it so I can play it by itself. Oh, no, don't do that. But then I also have a little warble effect that causes it to like shake a lot on the high note. And I love that. Then I mix that with the bottom one. Makes me think of Mega Man. And yeah, I love the way it isolates and plays by itself, just the two of them, for the one note here. Yeah. Let's mix the choirs now. I think I should have a nice choir for this in Contact here somewhere. I've got a lot of libraries that I don't use and need to sift through, but I, right now, keep forgetting to do that. Vocal, ethnic Bulgarian choir, voices of Rhodope. Freya female choir, that's a good one. Freya, I think this should just be alto. I don't think it's soprano, but we'll see. We'll see how high they can go. Now we just have to wait for that to load, because that'll take a little bit of time. Well, I appreciate it. I'm not a music teacher by any means. I've been told I can explain things pretty well, so that's fun and that's useful. So that comes in handy from time to time, but I appreciate it. I don't know anything near enough about music to be a music teacher. A lot of my stuff is I wouldn't say it's stolen, but I will use many tools available to me, like all of the note placements, or at least the bulk of which is done already. Well, sort of. Hang on, I should clarify, because I didn't just steal all this work and I'm just switching instruments out. Not fully, at least. I have them titled in the description. I don't know if I linked to it, but Storm Studios does immensely impressive and accurate recreations of Toby Fox's music. But I put a lot of work and shifting in to make this project the way I like to work with it, kind of. I'm really particular about the way I do this. Not that I have any right to be, because I am not accurate. Okay. That's very pretty. Okay, well, let's throw in a man choir to go with that if I can, because the men sing on the bottom half, I think. It's a chord, obviously, but I wonder how much of it is, like, male versus female voices, because I think it's all normally just, like, one choir note being used. Let's see. Stage microphones. We want sustains. All vowel sustains light. Let's see how long that takes to load. Because yeah, I'm not going to be picky about the choir. As long as they're all singing and relatively hitting the same notes, it should be okay. Because they're really not the main part. They're just like they're like a fill-in for the background. Okay, too much. Let's set you to ooh. Do we have an ooh? There we go. Silky choirs. Bring it up. Track 14. That should... Oh. That's milky. Oh, totally. I just heard a sample of the battle theme from Undertale's... What is it? The 10th... The symphony they did a while ago, and it was very impressive. So I'd love to see what, like, Deltarune stuff does eventually. Though we're going to be coming up on Deltarune's 10th anniversary pretty soon here. 2028 will be 10 years since the game first released. I wonder if they'll have the game finished by then. I almost don't even hear it. Same with Gaia Choir. I need to up both of these just a little bit. I don't want them to be so loud that you can't hear anything else, or that they start clashing with things, but I want them to be at least audible to a certain extent. Oops. Synth width and warmth. Let's try that. Might take a bit longer than 3 years to finish, as 3, 4, and 4 took due to lower gameplay. 7 and 6. Yep. Most expansive chapter. Though, I'm not sure. I assume you know a good chunk of Deltarune and stuff. Like, nothing will be a spoiler for you at this point, I hope. But given the things that can happen on some sides of Chapter 5, Chapter 6 is supposed to be much easier to develop because it's a little more one-sided, if I could phrase it that way. And cause see the fact of the matter, and this is a crackpot, not crackpot, but this is maybe wishful thinking, but the fact that there was no release date listed at the end of Chapter 5 potentially makes me think it might release this year. And I know that sounds crazy, but hear me out on this. If the idea is you're going to the holiday house next, would it not make sense to make that a holiday release? Considering that we know that apparently Chapter 7 could be being worked on by the end of the year, maybe they'll have Chapter 6 finished and released by then? Who knows? I'm probably just wishful thinking, but the fact that he didn't say that it'll come out next year is confusing. Because that seems like it'd be a safe bet, right? Obviously, you could have it done at some point in 2027, given how supposedly it's an easier chapter to make, but what does that mean for... Like, why not just say that and make it safe? Like, make it a safe bet. It's not going to take a full year to do translations if you already have people working on the next chapter. By the end of the year, Toby Fox, you insane man. am I hearing there? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking of. If chapter 6 entirely skips over the weird route, that means it's just the main route that needs any doing and polishing. No more like, how do I phrase it? I don't even know why I'm avoiding spoilers. There's obviously the theory that there's 3 routes, right? Or even more than that potentially, but it's not just a weird route and normal. There's like this in-between route where you abort the weird route halfway through or partially through to end up getting that twisted sword thing. Maybe. So if there's only two paths to make instead of 3, and all the dialogue differences and cutscene changes that come with that, then maybe it'll be faster. Who knows? I might be crazy. I might just be wishful thinking. But the fact that he didn't just like say it'll come out in 2027, that seems weird. Like, why not include that? Because it's released in June, right? Like, so did chapters 3 and 4, and and then they promised chapter 5 right after that, like a year after that. Why not do the same thing with chapter 6? I doubt it's going to take a full rest of the year to finish to do chapter 6 and then do translations. Even if it doesn't release this year, why not say it'll come out next year then? If you're on track, if it's an easier chapter to make and it doesn't no, if it's an easier chapter to make, it should be feasible to promise it for 2027 instead of not having a release date. I'm rambling. Anyways. Music. What's this sound like? Christmas. I have a glockenspiel I can use. In Contact, in fact. That should be in Orchestral Essentials. Here we go. Percussion. Glockenspiel. Maybe. I don't know. Deltarune is nuts. It's crazy how much. Like, imagine. We think we as the fan base, we as the fans, the fandom, we as the players, we believe we've found so much of everything. Imagine all the stuff we haven't found yet. You know, unused pieces of code that have been brushed over because they're waiting for stuff to happen in chapter 6 and 7 that like activate them almost. Kind of like how side B didn't, like, you know, chapter 5 side B, or the weird route, like activated side B through all the other save files. Like, imagine how much of that can still happen as the game continues to release. Hearing there? Is the bells? No, that's not it. I'm hearing like an odd noise that I shouldn't be hearing. Are you hearing it too? Like on the left side at the end there. There's like, it sounds like an out of tune note. Ba-ba. Is it the flute? That might be. I think it was just that that was playing twice. There we go. That's gone. All better. Yeah. It's going to be a weird one to switch out. I can probably just start with flex. Do the general MIDI library. Church bell. I can't even like hear the... Can't really put much input into the music and more into the discussing the game. That's totally fine. Don't worry. I'm happy to talk about the game. Don't worry. I just want to make sure that I'm still making music while I talk about it, because otherwise I'll go on long tangents where I don't get anything done. So I'm happy to keep talking about the game. Don't worry. Sorry if it seemed like I was trying to brush that off. I'm happy to still discuss. I know that I will just like sit here on this blank screen for hours while I theorize about Weird Route and the like. So by all means, let's keep chatting about the game. I'm sure we can probably solve it today. We'll think of the ending right now. I think I want this to change. I can probably just flex that with because I have a good orc chime library I'd like to use for this. Multi perk metals orc chimes. That's fine. Doing myself a little trick I've learned, which lets me play notes higher than I mean to. You play 2, you play 1, and you play them an octave higher. I like the sound of that much better, but I still want to get that warble effect that's on this thing. So I should be able... Can I pitch shift this? Like just... I should be able to do that. How far can pitch shifting go? Maybe I just shouldn't even bother. But I could though, and I should bother. I should bother. Create automation clip. Where's the automation clip? There you are. You can't even tell the difference. That's fine. Well, I'll be happier knowing that I did do it. Yeah, we don't know. So many things painfully oblivious or painfully obvious in hindsight. Absolutely. Bathed in pink and yellow. Exactly. Very confusing. Yeah, I really don't know. It's funny, you know. This is crazy, and don't tell anybody. This is a secret. I've actually made a. I'm trying to convince some of my friends that Deltarune is a lot better than they think it is because they're looking at like the very bare surface level of like, oh no, the roaring's gonna happen and who's the knight? But like I'm trying to show them how much deeper it all goes with like Gaster and Gunners and Pink and Yellow and Friend and all that, and I've looked into it a lot, don't worry. I get it. There's so much to show them. But yeah, there's so many crazy things. And then like the randomly patched Friend lore dump is nuts too. Hey, so you know like this silly little thing that you keep seeing in different spots, this little like Easter egg man? He's a relentless hunter. He's been stalking you for the last several years. He's onto you. And he hurts a lot. Also, he can duplicate. Have fun. See ya. My goodness. We're not going to survive. We're going to become Steven after not surviving. All right. Bells. Let's just there we go. Now some sound goodizer on that, of course, my go-to tool. My goodness, a song like this at the halfway point of the game, what is the finale gonna be like? We're gonna be crying and jizzing and probably some weird mix of the two by the end of the final boss. Oh my goodness. Yeah, exactly. It's nuts. Spamton has been recontextualized to now be pray, not just weird. I can't for the life of me figure out the lyrics in Big Shot either. Think it's coming from inside the phone. Fingers coming from inside the phone. Think it's coming for me. Answer the phone. I can't tell. Hopefully when Deltarune is all done, finished and done, Toby Fox clarifies that a little bit. We'll see. Okay, I've got, I believe it's like 2 instruments left. Oh, 3. Okay, 3 instruments left that need to be messed with still. That is Choir Oz and this viola. I'm going to do this viola next. Because I have the exact thing I could use for that. We're going to use... we could do... Let's do Swam... We could try a Swam viola to start. But I might want to do Joshua Bell violin. Yeah, I think they're coming for me, believers are winning over. Think he's coming for me, answer the phone. Metaphorically. Yeah, and then, even then, is it pretty much confirmed that Gaster's the guy that both Jevil and Spamton are talking about? It could be, could not be, could be friend. I don't know. It makes no sense, and it's, Toby Fox is just a crazy man. Insanity man. Maybe. I don't know. There's so many unanswered questions. I sincerely hope that Deltarune, like, can answer as many of them as possible. But my goodness, it's getting a little loaded, and things are just not being revealed yet. Oh, the tragic event that happened all those years ago. You know the one, Chris. The one when the thing where that happened, and you know who it happened to, and how it happened, and the exact circumstances, and your own involvement, and all that, and the deals that came afterwards. Come on, Chris, you know. Yeah, that works. I like that. I think. But I'm gonna quickly try switching it out just to see if Joshua Bell violin sounds any better. Because I'm picky, even though I like Swam. I like Swam instruments a lot. Swam sounds very natural when being played, which is the idea. It's supposed to sound as close to the real thing as I think digital can get. But this one's also up there. This one also takes a little while to load, so I'm just gonna kick back and relax. Totally not start browsing Twitter on my phone while this happens. Bum, 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 ba, da, da, da. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, do. There we go. Joshua Bell. How do you want to sound now? I think you're echoing a little too much. How do I turn that off? Where are you? Control, intuition, character. Ah, here we go. Recital hall, and we'll do bold. How do I turn off? Oh, the reverb's on the left there. One fever dream which led to the birth of such a deeply integrated story and 100+ songs that can very well be the final music of games. Absolutely. Deltarune as a game and as a medium, at this point almost feels like a 50-50 chance. It could be the greatest video game story medium presentation ever made, or it could be the most garbage, flop, mishandled mess ever created as well. And I sincerely hope it is the former. But my goodness, things change over time, and maybe a dream he had 15 years ago isn't going to hold up anymore. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, Deltarune's a global phenomenon. Same with Undertale. It's impressive. I would even argue that Deltarune is like bigger than Undertale is at this point. Maybe I'm crazy. You know, I like Swam better. It was worth a shot, but I definitely think Swam is the way to go here. Thank you. But I think Joshua Bell Violin is situational. When it works phenomenally because it's so, like, silky. It's very smooth in the way it plays. Swam, I think, is better overall for having a natural sounding string instrument or trumpet or brass or whatever. But when Joshua Bell Violin works, it works. Just not right now. A Spirit Tracks motif in there somewhere. Unless I'm mixing up ST. Welcome to stream, by the way. Hope you're doing well. I'm liking this, but yeah, what could I throw? What motif? Throw Burns motif in there somewhere. That doesn't work. Though I think Chancellor Coles actually could. Hang on, maybe it could. Let's do that right now. Chancellor Cole. What's his note? Where is it? That's gonna be annoying. How does slurring this work? Too late. Too soon. I think it's full. Sounds a little swingish. Throw that just randomly in here somewhere. Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Let's keep that. Let's also let's delete that and end stream immediately. Let's delete that and start choking myself. Past 12, so you gotta sleep. Yes, I hope you can make it later as well. Thank you for dropping by stream today. That was awesome. I'm glad to have you here for a little bit. That was lots of fun. I gotta get back into making Spirit Tracks music. I just don't really know what else to make. I've made all the songs that I've wanted to. All the rest are kind of, well, they're not bad. I don't know what songs to make at this point. You a fan of Deltarune much? Demonauki, if I have that right. Sorry for saying your full name like you're in trouble. That's why I avoid saying names in chat, just because it feels like I'm scolding somebody. But when there's more than one person, I can't just keep saying you. Love the game. Excellent. Well then, you're in for a treat then. As you've been hearing. Wonderful. Are you super hyper immersed in lore like I am? I'm psychotically entranced by this game. But I'm loving it. Excellent. Yes. Okay, good. You get it. I want to see it get weird. I want to see what he does. Toby Fox is capable of some weird shit, and I want to see exactly what that turns into. Especially like with the newsletter for chapter 5 being like, this is going to be the last fun chapter before everything goes bad. It's like, oh boy, what's gonna happen here? What kind of twisted creatures are we gonna see? Like, True Lab was just a warm-up. Undertale's True Lab was just a warm-up for how weird this man can get, this homestuck, enamored man. Yes, I've watched some of his stuff. His schizo theories are great. He can be onto things sometimes, but other times it's like, wow, what are you talking about? Especially if you go back in retrospect, it's like, what were we thinking? But I guess that's the entire Deltarune community as well. It's like, my goodness, we were so wrong about every single thing. Yes, Chips Ahoy. I'm not saying the second part, but my goodness, I love Pirate Gaster for I don't even know why. I just think it's so funny that this like eldritch man, mystery man creature thing is like just gets the piss taken out of him so much. Where he's he what is it? He's mysterious, then he's super edgy, and then he's got just massive tits, and then he's green, and he's a pirate, and sometimes he's just a mix of all of them. And now he's like, no, what was the new one? He's Gru. Oh, I would love Gaster Shanty. We kidnapped all of Deltarune and stole an Undertale. What I truly meant in my old entry 17. That's a good. The guys who did that were great. Okay, what's next? This is the last instrument I think I have to mess with aside from maybe a minor piano and strings, but these choirs. Are like the whole sound. Oops, wrong one. You. Really, it's a generic choir that builds up, that just has like a swell to it. I can probably find that. No, my next song is probably going to be Third Sanctuary if I can manage. But that would be fun. I would love to do like some pirate-themed music at some point, so maybe Gaster Shanty would be the way to go. Choral swell. Vertigo. Me too. I hope it sounds good. That's interesting. I don't know if it's what I want. That's cool. I can see that working as like a top part, but I need more like meat in that choir. So let's clone this and we'll save that. We'll call it like airy vocal effects. And then we'll do the same thing with this guy. We want choir Oz, copy to Omnisphere 2. Then we'll just lower the volume a bit. Spirit tracks, overworld theme with Deltarune instruments, and the freedom motif or something like that. That would be fun. I'm not very good at handling Deltarune's instruments, just because it's like, I'm not good with sound fonts. I'm better with Contact and with Omnisphere and like, not actual libraries, because that sounds like I'm putting down sound fonts, but I'm not very good at using sound fonts. But maybe it'd be fun to learn. But that would be fun. That'd be fun. Okay, what else do we have for Coral Reef? Chordal Choir Sus. Can I make that take longer? It doesn't swell up long enough. Chromatones. Ugh. Human voices. Miserere me. AI viewers at Streamboo. Why is that what you advertise? I mean, obviously they're AI viewers either way, but why would you put that in your advertisement, your scam advertisement? Hey, do you want fake people to watch you? No. Why the hell would I do that? I don't want that. I don't want fake people in my stream. It's just a bot over on Twitter. I have or not Twitter, on Twitch. I'm live streaming to both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So sometimes I get Twitch view bots in my chat being like, "You need to buy viewers so that your stream goes big." And it's like, wouldn't that kind of defeat the whole purpose? Morte dabo. That makes me feel weird things. I like the way that sounds though, but that's not what I need. Slide rev, choral effects slide. I don't need choral effects. I need like an actual male choir. Classical tenor. That's the shopkeeper from any Necrodancer game. Wonderful. Sorry, I shouldn't have done that. That's loud. Do we have chordial? Okay, chordal. Sustain. No, that sounds too happy. We have Gregorian men. Can I just set the, There's no real way to set this so that it goes any higher than this. The maximum seems to be 20 seconds. Ooh. Gospel monkey. I might need to use not Omnisphere for this then. If I use like an actual choir and then use that area effect on top of it, that might give me the results I'm looking for. Let's find out. Oh, rules card theme. Rules card. Excellent. Let's become a battle throuple, because 3 are better than 1. Rules card's great. He's such a whore. And we love that. I think Voxos is a good one. Boys choir. Solo boy. Do I not have like a oh, legato sections. I don't want legato though, I want sustain. Symphonic men's should be good. I should. For some reason, I feel like I'm trapped and not able to do other Deltarune songs besides ones that are now in Chapter 5. Which isn't, that's strictly a brain thing for me, because I know that I could absolutely make any other song I want. There's no real law on like what the order I have to make songs in. Stuck to pedal dance. Yeah, that's a good one. Let me try something here real quick. If I just do note for export, and I just have this really long sustain on okay, that might be too long. One full bar of choir, then we're gonna do quick render as audio clip. There we go. Ooh. Scary. Is there a way I can have it so it doesn't play the whole thing when I hit the note? Trim. I don't actually know how to do that. I thought I knew, but I don't. Or can I do cut self? Okay, that's not the right thing. Anyways, I wanted to do that so I could adjust the Well, thank you for dropping by. I hope you have a good day and take care. Your presence here is much appreciated. I'll see you later. Me too. This is gonna sound weird as soon as I hit play. Let's see if I can stop that. Okay, I know. No, that doesn't work. That was worth a shot. I think I should probably just go back to Omnisphere and find something else in there, because I probably can. I have, I think, about 5 minutes left to stream, and then I gotta go. So let's see what I can do in that time. Men. Bells of apprehension. No. Human voices. Choir, men, Sorry. Q for equalizer. Equalizer. Vocal. Sound goodizer. Make it very low. Okay. That's not apparent enough. Are they too low on a chord? Maybe is just not the right note there. Maybe ah is the way to go. Probably yes. Let's just make this bigger though. Much longer there. Choirs aren't working for me. What are they missing? Did they just take too long to release? They just don't stack very well in the way they're supposed to. Maybe O is the letter I need. Oh, ooh. Right, this needs to harmonize. Clone. Oh, it crashed. No. FL Studio, come back. No, my crash. Oh my goodness. How much progress did I just lose? It's been saving often, I think. Well, that's a good time to call it anyways because I need to go. I gotta go pick up my wife from work. Well, that's a kind of a shitty way to end things. But we'll see how much progress I lost. I'll recover some of it, and we'll see from there. Well, that was fun. I hope you all take care. Thanks for dropping by, those who did. Thanks for those who are watching the VOD later. Hope you guys all take care. See ya.